Hello, everyone, and welcome back to 1 O'Clock Wednesday. I'm Sabrina.
And I'm Cindy.
And today, Cindy is going to let us know what kind of wine we're drinking.
Today we are having Cupcake Vineyards. It's a Moscato d'Asati. It's a product of Italy. I don't know if you guys can see that a little bit.
We'll zoom in. You know, all those good things.
Is that how that works?
Yeah. Zoom.
Okay.
All right. So we're going to toast and try it out.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Ooh, this one's good.
Yeah.
What does it taste like to you?
It's like, let me get another squig.
I'm really bad at describing things. Like I have a friend who she's really good at it has a hint of.
Oh, girl, I'm not
and
good
I'm
with
like,
that.
it's good.
I'm like, it has grapes in it.
And alcohol.
And a little bit of alcohol. What is the alcohol content on this one? It is
5.5.
Where do you see that at?
Right here.
Oh, on your side. Okay, got it. 5.5. Okay.
I don't know, but it's good. It's definitely sweet.
Yeah, it's good. Definitely sweet. Love that taste. Like I could drink this compared to last week's.
What would you say? I wish I could describe what it tastes like.
I know it tastes like.
It doesn't taste like cupcakes.
Yeah. No, guys. False advertisement. No, just kidding. Yeah. No, I think it's like a. Have you ever had those cotton candy grapes?
Okay, that's a good one.
A cotton candy
My
grape.
girlfriend loves those.
Like the aftertaste of the cotton candy grape.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, to me,
that's
that's what I'm thinking about. Yeah,
It's really good though. Oh, we said we were gonna rate them.
we did.
1 through 5. Is that what we said?
I think you said 1. Yeah, 1 through 5, and I said like 1.5 on the last one.
Yeah.
For me, I would say probably like 4.5 for
Same.
me. Yeah, I would definitely drink.
This again.
Mm-hmm.
Totally.
So I'm probably gonna have two wine glasses.
2 glasses?
Yeah. How you
Because
do
you
it?
ditched the other one last
Yeah,
time, so
'cause
you totally should redeem yourself.
You drank that one.
Got it.
Yeah.
Well,
You want to tell her?
today we're going to be talking about cheating. Just everything that comes with it. If we've ever experienced it, done it, what is considered cheating and everything. So do you want to start with what do you consider cheating?
Ooh, girl, don't be looking at nobody. No,
I
just
agree.
No, I mean, that's a little dramatic. There are some individuals out there that are like, don't look, don't touch, you know what I mean? Nothing. Of course, don't touch.
Have you seen that Fresh Prince of Bel-Air episode? I don't know. Will's dating some girl and they go out to the restaurant and he has to look down when he's ordering because she doesn't want him to look at the waitress.
Yeah.
And he's like, yes, ma'am. And he's looking down. That's dramatic.
Yeah, that is a little, yeah. What?
Controlling.
At that point, we shouldn't even be dating.
Yeah.
No, but I think for me, what I consider cheating is being emotionally involved. Like, a lot of people think cheating is also
physical
just
act.
a physical act. No, cheating, it can also be a
Emotional.
exactly. Because if you're there with somebody emotionally, I feel like, but we were there. You know what I mean? Like, I feel you at that point you start bonding. So definitely that, and then of course physical. Because if you're kissing and you're touching and stuff, sirs and ma'ams, no, I don't think so.
No, I 1,000% agree with you.
Yeah.
Like that connection, and it starts with just the curiosity of it. Like as soon as you feel that curiosity, it's like, whoa, you're heading in the wrong freaking direction.
Yeah.
What's going on?
Exactly.
So I agree with you 1,000% that it's not just a physical, that it's also an emotional, and basically like anything that you have to hide from your significant other.
Exactly. Like if you got my phone number or whatever, like you can have my phone number when we can talk as friends, but when you have my number and you're texting me at 2 a.m. in the morning, that's a problem.
Yeah, and none of that little good morning, how was your date? No, why do you care?
Right. I'd be like, what's up, girl? How you doing? No, like,
Yeah,
no,
no.
like, hey, hey, how you doing? 7:30 on the dot. Like, you don't never text me this early. Like,
good morning, have a good day. No,
yeah,
none of
like,
that.
yeah.
So I agree.
That's more of a personal. I want you to know that I'm thinking about you.
Yeah, exactly.
That's like me texting you in the morning. Hey, girl, how you doing?
Ooh, I woke up on Sabrina's mind.
Yeah, like, hey.
Sabrina, wait.
What?
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I got you. I'm following.
Yeah. Have you ever cheated?
Ooh. Embarrassingly, what? Yes, I have. Would I ever do it again? Heck no. But yes, I did.
Was it like a physical, emotional, both?
Both. Well, it started with like curiosity first. Like, he's of course flirting with me. You know, I think there's an aspect of when you're conversing with anybody, there's an aspect of flirting that's in there. When you are conversing with individuals that you find attractive. So I think that's already there sometimes, you know, and then when you read more into it, you're like, oh, he might be sending signs my way.
How long were you with your boyfriend at the time?
Oh gosh. I think like a year. About a little over a year, like year, couple months or whatever.
Okay, so then would you say that like you weren't happy and that's why, or like,
yeah. Well, I felt like at that time, I wasn't satisfied, right? I wasn't getting what I felt I needed. Being more like, attentive to, how are you, babe? How you doing? Do you need anything? You know, being checked up on, in the sense of, are you okay? Do you need something from me physically, emotionally, whatever? And I wasn't getting that. So somebody else showed me that attention and I was like, okay, perfect. I'm kind of,
this is nice.
yeah. But then I also, like, in the back of my mind, like, I knew it was wrong, but I was like, well, I'm getting it from over here, not getting it from where I should be getting it from. You know?
Was it like a one-time thing that you cheated, or did you like repeatedly?
I repeated.
With the same person?
Yeah, with the not to make it any better, but yeah, like I wasn't sleeping like with different people.
Yeah.
You know, it was the same person that I found attracted. My attraction to.
Yeah.
And so I was just like, okay, well, it'll be easier for me to do it with one guy versus.
And he knew you had a boyfriend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that
how long did that happen or go on for?
Ooh, probably like 6 months.
Shit,
and then my boyfriend found out. Yeah, it wasn't pretty. But
how did he find out?
I'm not sure actually how he found out. He just blatantly asked me one day, "Are you sleeping with so and so?" And I was like, "What?" I was like, you know how you have like that drop in your chest, like you're like just random. Yeah. So that's how that happened. And I mean, it wasn't, I think he knew for a while that it was happening because just like the things that he would say or he said to me, and he was already like, he was like, okay, I just wanted to verify. And now that you've verified it, I'm good. Yeah. So, but I also think like he had one foot out the door already when I was feeling the way I was feeling, of him not showing me like, being there emotionally for me or anything like that. So yeah, I know. Don't do it. Don't do it, guys. Don't do it. Yeah.
That sucks. That is a long time.
Yeah, it was a very long time.
Yeah,
but I felt guilty too, like in the sense of like, gosh, I have to stop doing this. But you know, I was young at that time, and I was just like,
how old were you?
I was 20.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, and I had pregnancy hormones too. So,
was it just that time that you cheated, or have you cheated on somebody else?
I've been cheated on,
but you never cheated on anybody else after this person?
No.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. Yeah. I learned from my lesson, guys. That's the whole point of that.
Because you felt like shit.
I did. Like, I didn't like feeling like that. But, you know, for me, my relationships moving forward, I was the one being cheated on and know how now that feels, you know what I mean? So I was just like, ugh, you know, I don't want to make anybody feel that way, and I don't want anybody to make me feel that way ever again. You know what I mean? So, you know, I got both ends of the stick on that aspect. Have you ever been cheated on, or I'm sorry, have you cheated? Let's start there.
I have. 2 different guys I have. Both young, like 20. Well, I was younger than 20 actually. And one of them, it was just I made out with somebody else, and then the other one I did sleep with somebody else. But the first one, well, I know you I have been cheated on. So the first guy that I cheated on was after he cheated on me, and things were just like bad.
So do you consider that cheating? Like, you clearly you guys were still together, but was it a he cheated on you, so you're going to cheat on him?
I didn't do it with that mindset. Like, it just kind of played out that way because after he cheated, things weren't the same between us. So it was very hard to give someone or to give him 100% when I didn't feel like I was getting, or I clearly wasn't getting, the same respect in return. So it kind of just made it easy for me to do it. Not right for me to do it. I don't think that somebody should just cheat because they were cheated on. And again, that's not why I did it, but it just played out that way. And then the second guy, I can honestly say, like, I was in a relationship that I shouldn't have been with that person. And I knew going in, like, he wasn't going to be a faithful person. But at the time, I wasn't looking for anything really serious or like that. But it was fun for me.
And he was like, fuck it.
And he was nice to look at and, you know, all the wrong stuff. And yeah, I totally did sleep with someone. Like, I want to say maybe like a month or 2, but then I found out he did. So then I was like, deuces.
Okay, easy peasy.
I was like, bye. Yeah, I'm not doing that, homie. Even though I know that I was doing it. It just, I don't know. It's just different. And I don't. So yeah, I have cheated and I have been cheated on. I think the first time that I was cheated on was for sure the worst. And I was in high school and the dude just made out with another chick, but I was really into this guy, like, yeah, super into him. And it was just a makeout, but it changed, it was a makeout session, but it just changed everything. Like, I didn't trust him anymore. I didn't trust when he went out. And that's when I got to a point where I was checking his phone, like, to see if he was lying.
You have all these different emotions.
Yeah, like, I just didn't, like, well, who are you with and who's going and what are you guys doing? And I didn't like the person that I turned into after that. So I just, it's not nice.
Would you say that you're a person that falls quickly or falls hard?
Falls hard. I don't fall quickly, but I fall hard.
Yeah. So for me, I would say before I would fall quickly for the wrong reasons. And it took a long time for me to like look at myself and say, hello, chick, like, these are red flags. You don't fall for the red flags. Now some red flags can be greenish red. You know what I mean? Like, you're like, oh, I think this will be fine. And then it turns out to be a true red flag. But but now I would say with my last relationship, it took a little longer for me to fall, but I fell hard when I did, if that makes sense. So yeah, I'm learning, I think.
We're growing.
What?
So what about the time you were cheated on? How did you find out? What'd you do? And how did that work?
Oh man. So I found out I was cheated on. I came home early from work. He was actually in, I believe it was our bedroom at the time. And I don't know, they must have was just finishing or something. I don't know. And like I came in and I'm like, it's too quiet in here. Like when I come home, the TV's on or something, something's happening, right? And it was just like super quiet. And I was like, my hackles just went up, like something's going on. And so as I was coming in the front door, I heard our sliding glass door shut. I'm like, okay. And he wasn't at the sliding glass door. He was coming out of the bedroom. And I'm like, okay, why would I hear the sliding glass door shut if you're coming out of the bedroom? That makes no sense. I was like, oh, is somebody else here? I was like, no. I'm like, okay. And then, so how my apartment was at the time, our sliding glass door to our balcony is like kind of like catty corner. And then our balcony had like this patch of grass, and then our kitchen window was like right there where the grass patch was. And like all of a sudden I just see like a head run by, and I'm like,
shut up.
I'm like, what the heck? So I went out the front door. She's carrying clothes in her hands. I'm like, what the heck? I'm like, was she just in here? And he's like,
wait,
who?
but are you like this calm, or are you like losing your shit?
Well, listen. No, I was just like, who the was that?
Yeah.
Was she in here? I wasn't like screaming, but I'm like, you're going to tell me what's going on right now. And he's like, I don't know who that is. I mean, play it cool because they're outside. You don't know. But he wasn't a good liar. So like it was written all over his face. I said, okay. I said, well, I'm going to go. Like I just stepped out. And he could tell that I was upset. Well, apparently she forgot some stuff at the house, and yeah, she came back. Well, I didn't leave. I drove down the parking lot because in our complex. So how our building was is once you pass our building, you can't see us, or like you can't see cars because there's a dumpster area and everything. So I parked on that side, but I can see like approaching to my front door. She came back. I walked right back in, and I was like, who the fuck is this bitch? Yeah. And he was like deer in the headlights. He was just like, I was like, yeah. So
and what is the broad doing?
She's just deer in the headlights too. She's like, oh. I was like, yeah. So are you sleeping with my husband? I meant my husband. Whoa. Are you sleeping with
I was about to say, that was your husband?
I mean, well, that's another one that cheated on me, but it's okay. I'm like, are you sleeping with my boyfriend? And she was just like, I was like, that's a yeah. So you can get your shit and get out. And then he was like, I'm sorry, Sabrina. And I'm like, no, not gonna, this isn't gonna happen. I'm like, you can also get your shit and get out. And he did. But of course he, next day, I'm so sorry, texting stuff. I'm like, no, like you had her in our house, in our bedroom. And you know what I mean? Like, I feel like that was part of like my sanctuary. You know what I mean? You didn't violated the whole thing. You know what I mean? It's another type of violation when you just cheat on somebody, but when it's in your own home, in your bed, in like where you guys have your intimate time, it's just like,
zero respect.
Yeah, zero respect. Like you don't respect me, So yeah, that was.
What?
Yeah.
I always wondered what I would do if I ever walked in and saw some shit. I don't know what the fuck I would do.
Dude, I was so mad. I think I was just so mad. I just didn't know what to do other than get the fuck out. You know what I mean? Like, because I was like, I don't know. Should I fight her? Should I not?
Yeah, like, you weren't throwing shit. You weren't like.
No. And I surprised myself. And probably.
Good for you.
Right. Probably because like I've been cheated on and now, or I cheated and right. And then now I'm being cheated on. Like, dang, is this how they felt? You know what I mean? Yeah. So I was just like a whole bunch of mixed emotions too. So
I always thought about that, and I'm like, I would like to believe that I would be, like the bigger person, and just like it's not even worth it.
Yeah.
But I don't know, man.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like part of me feels like I would throw shit or something. I don't know. I think I would go red and just,
yeah. Just
I think it depends. Like,
yeah, the level of where
but
you're
if
at,
we're
maybe.
living together, like, bro,
girl.
yeah, if we're living together, yeah, no, like,
Well, funny story, quickly on a little bit of a tangent, I guess. Every boyfriend I had lived with me.
for real.
Mm-hmm. I've never lived with somebody else, but a boyfriend's lived with me.
Oh, so you just kick them out.
Yeah. So bye.
Damn.
Yeah.
Well, good for you for not losing
I lied.
your shit.
I lived with my friends with benefits. I lived with him for 6 months, but he didn't kick me out. But
no, but good for you for not losing your shit.
yeah, I mean, hey.
So the second one that cheated on me, we used to live. See, and I go back to it, like, people are gonna know who I'm talking about. So,
biscuits.
So
we mean no harm.
So when we started going out, we were in Victorville, but then I got a promotion, so I moved to Lancaster, which was about 45 minutes away from Victorville.
Yeah.
And I had spent the weekend there at his place, I think, and I had left some clothes there. Well, during the week, I was like, where are my pants? Because I had something in my pants I don't remember that I needed. And I was like, where are my pants? Where are my pants? And then I remembered, I was like, oh, I left them at
So-and-so's house. Yeah.
B's house. So then I was like, I called him and I was like, hey, I left my pants or whatever. Like, are you home? I'm going to shoot over there. I'm going to leave work on my lunch. I'm going to shoot over there, pick him up and just come back. He was like, oh no. And I had a key to his apartment. He was like, oh no, I'm not in town right now. You're just going to have to wait. And I was like, well, I have a key. So I'm just going to go and I'll come right back.
Yeah.
And he was like, well, that's not why you have a key. You have a key like in case of an emergency. And I was like, oh,
you're like, hold on.
This is a red flag.
Red flags.
So
what's going on here?
Okay, I need to be smart.
Yeah.
And then I was like, okay, what time do you think you're going to be up the hill? And he was like, oh, probably after 5, like after you get off work. If you want, I'll just go pick him up, grab your stuff, and I'll shoot over to you. And I'll stay the night and I can just hang out there. And I was like, yeah, okay, cool. Just call me when you're on your way up the hill. Yeah. That way I can kind of like see where I'm at. And he was like, okay, fuck that. I hung up the phone and I called my boss. I'm like, hey, I have to go, like emergency, whatever, I have to go. So I ended up getting in my car, driving over to Victorville.
Yeah, you was
went
like,
up the stairs
it's only 45
to his
minutes.
apartment. And then I walked in and I was kind of like looking around and I was like, okay. And I walked to the kitchen.
Did he have cameras?
No,
Oh, okay.
No, because he would have said something.
Did he know
sooner.
you were there?
No, hold on. So
I'm all get to the juicy stuff.
So I'm like walking around, whatever, and then I get to the his bedroom, and like the bed is like not made, like just messy. And I was just kind of like, okay, he just maybe didn't make his bed this morning, whatever.
Yeah.
But then I found a wrapper and like some other like sexual stuff, and I was like, oh.
It was like, we don't use this.
So I snapped a picture. And then I was like, where's my shit? So I said, and then I couldn't find my stuff, dude. Like, it wasn't where I left it. And I was like, where's my stuff?
He probably hid it.
He did. I looked in all of the drawers. I looked in the pantry. I looked like, dude, everywhere. And then when I went to go look under the bed, like, I couldn't see anything, whatever. I ended up, like, having to get my flashlight. I was, like, looking, couldn't know. And then when I turned, his dresser, like, stood up a little bit higher. He had fucking rolled all my shit up, like, in a little ball. And then just fucking, like, shoved it under there. So I, like, went, grabbed my stuff, whatever. And I was like, this little motherfucker. And then I went to the kitchen, and I saw that there was a broad's name on. He had, like, a little whiteboard. And it had her name and then a heart, and then his name. And I was like, snapped a picture of that. And then
you're like, evidence, evidence.
And then I grabbed my stuff, whatever. And then I could not. After the first guy cheated on me, and I tried to make it work. Like, I can't.
Yeah.
Like, once I know you've cheated, like, that's it. It's done. Yeah. It's over. There's no trying. I personally cannot do it.
Yeah.
So I knew that was it. It was done.
He was like, sold.
I grabbed my stuff, locked his door. And then I left the key under. He had a little like a water heater outside, and so I just left the key under there. And then I just texted him the pictures, and I just said, "Got my stuff, thanks." And I sent him the picture of the bed, the picture of the little thing. And then I called his baby mama because his baby mama was she would like call me and be like, he's like, we're still seeing each other, no, whatever. So then the name that was on there wasn't her.
Oh.
It was another chick.
Oh.
So then I called her and I was like, hey, FYI, like there's a key under there. There's another broad's name in there if you want to find out who that broad is. But like,
dun, dun, dun.
he's all yours, girlfriend. And then I left. And then as soon as I sent in the pictures, my phone was blowing the fuck up.
I bet.
And like, how could you? And how dare you? And that's not. And I'm calling your boss. And I'm like, whatever the fuck.
Call my boss.
No,
What?
I was just like, well,
Wow.
I got my stuff back. Like, it's cool.
But
It's
see, those are the ones that are always when they're like they're guilty, right? It's like that guilt that they have, like, she caught me. Let me cuss her out. Let me this. Like that's gonna do something. Like you're not helping anything by trying to cuss me out because I found out that you were cheating. Like what?
And that was the easiest like goodbye that I've ever had because I was like, nope.
Yeah.
I'm good.
Oh man. Yeah. Those type of breakups. Okay, so my husband cheated on me. We were together for I think like 4 years and then married 8 months and done. So I don't know how that works. But yeah, he crazy story, but his current wife now is the one that he cheated on me with. I found out, but crazy enough, we became friends. So
yeah,
that's weird. But at the time, like, I don't know if I wasn't heartbroken. I was just more so like, damn, we haven't even been married that long. We were together as a relationship wise longer than we were married, obviously. And
was that the first time that he cheated or that you found out he cheated?
That I was aware of.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say like he's a cheater, but, I mean, there could have been, I don't know, but, that's the one I found out that he was. Yeah.
Okay. So then was that it?
Yeah. After that, like, I mean, he tried to get back with me, but I was like, nope, I'm not going to have it. I'm not going to.
Okay, so then you're same. So do you not think that a relationship could work after somebody cheats?
I was young when that happened. I think it can. So let me not lie. I think it can work, but both parties have to be able to let it go and not continue to bring it up. You know what I mean? Like work through it, find your differences, figure it out, and come to an understanding and or a pass where you can say, okay, we talked about this. We went over why I cheated and what led me to cheat. Do we both want to work this out and move forward? We both do. Okay, great. Now, what are we going to do moving forward? Mm-hmm. Because if you are someone that's going to be like, let me see your phone every time I leave, you're not trusting me. Mm-hmm. Yes, I know we still have to build that trust, but if you need to check in on me all the time, if you need to know where I'm at all the time, not saying like I want to hide where I'm at, but if I just leave the house and you're like, did you get to Walmart?
Or share your location?
Yeah.
What are you doing on 5th and 2nd?
Right. Like me, I'm like, when I get in the car, I'm like, oh, I got this and this and this and this and this to do. You know what I mean? So I may tell you like, oh yeah, I'm going to just run to the store, but I might stop at 5 different places on the way to the store. Like that's just who I am. And cause I'm scatterbrained like that.
Yeah.
And I'll think of things that like, oh, I needed to get this the other day. I forgot. And like, I'll do that. So if you're my significant other or boyfriend, whatever, and I'm like, that happened and we chose to move forward, and I say I'm running to Walmart and I go to 5 different stores, I don't want you to text me and be like, you went to 5 other stores other than Walmart. What are you doing? Yeah. Like, you know what I mean? Yeah. Like you should have that trust. If you're going to do that, there's not going to be trust. You know what I mean? So it's just, really searching yourself. For me, I think is really just searching yourself and telling yourself, are you going to be able to actually let it go and move forward or not? What about you?
I think you're right. I do. I think that if 2 people, no, I'm just not that person. Yeah. I am just not that person. I just can't, I wouldn't mentally be able to let it go.
Yeah.
And I don't like, maybe that's where counseling would have to come and play or something like that. But I'm also the person that wants to, it sounds so bad, but I would want to know everything. I would want to know, like, where you met this chick, how it started, where'd you guys do it, how many times, and how, and where did you touch her, and where did she touch you, and where did you kiss her, and where did she kiss you?
You want
and,
all the deets.
I want all of the details, and it's bad because I'm putting them in my mind.
Yeah.
So then when you and I get like intimate, whatever, like I'm going to think of that. So it's not healthy. I am fully aware of that.
So do you think that your past history of cheating and being cheated on plays a part in that thinking?
Yes.
Why?
Well, because I feel like I just know how that affects me mentally.
Yeah.
And I don't want to go there. Like, and even though like I've cheated, I was young. Like I wouldn't again. I wouldn't again because I know how that affects the relationship and how hard it really is to get somebody's trust back. Like trust is so easy. Like you can lose it in a matter of seconds off of a fling or a moment of hotness or whatever, you know? And it's so hard to get back. And like, if you don't value our relationship enough to, my thing is there's so many little steps before the actual action. Yeah. Like physically, like there is a conversation before, there's clothes coming off before, your socks come off, your shoes come off. Like so many other little things come off where
Depends
you can
on where you're at.
like true, but like where it can stop. Like you have so many times, so many moments where you can just stop and like, wait, like I have this chick at home, like I have this chick, whatever, like no. Yeah. Like, and then if you're going to meet somewhere, like you're driving your ass somewhere, you're driving out of your way to go there.
You're all in at that point.
Yeah. Like, no, I think that's why I would want to know everything. Yeah. Because I want to know, like, at no point did you think about us? Like at none, bro? Yeah. Yeah. And that I just couldn't. I couldn't let that go. I hate to say it, but that is like one of my deal breakers. Like, and you know, like even like in marriage, like if I got married and my husband cheated on me, sorry. Like no, we freaking vowed and you broke them. So, and it was not even just the one, but like there's so many, like you don't know respect, you know, like no. Yeah. But I do think that it's possible if two people are, like you said, like they do have to forgive. They have to stop bringing it up. They have to, and the dude, well, whoever, the person who cheats has to understand and be, like, understand that it's going to take time and it's not fair for you to expect like, oh, 2 months from now, like, oh, that happened 2 months ago, we should be in a better spot. Like, no, bro, like you don't know what that feels like. Yeah. Especially if you've never been cheated on.
Exactly. Yeah. I definitely think there can be a time limit on it, but like of where you should be at. Like you can't say like 1 month. Okay, we should be over it. But you can't also say 2 years.
Still bringing it up.
Right.
I agree.
Like there is a time limit or a time frame, I should say, on, okay, we should be, you know, move past forward it by this time. You know what I mean? But I honestly think like 2 months, like that's still fresh. You know what I mean? Especially like the severity of it. Like how long did it go on for? How, you know what I mean? All those things play a part in it. And us as women, we're emotional, right? So we probably take it a lot harder than men do. Now there are some men out there that do take it hard, you know what I mean, that are more sensitive than other men, which is nothing's wrong with that. So I do think there is a certain level of understanding on that part that needs to happen as well. Like everybody goes through things differently and assesses those things differently, you know, within themselves on, okay, you have to retrain the mind at this point. You know what I mean? Like, okay, we're moving forward, we're trusting, we're doing these steps or whatever it may be. And if it's counseling, if it's I'm just going to work through it myself, if it's, let me just try to forget about it, whatever, however that person wants to cope through that process.
I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just not that person. So I always like make it like very clear with whoever I'm dating, like just so you know, if you ever I find out,
that's a rule for
done.
you.
And like that is a complete deal breaker, and I'm not working on any relationship with that person.
Yeah, for me, like being through it, I think that's also a deal breaker for me. I think it can work, yes.
Same.
I haven't ever tried, but me either, because I'll start thinking about like, okay, if this happens, like, do you guys go to the same places that we've went? Are you doing the same things are you saying the same things that you said to me to her? Like what? Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. No. So I'm the same way, and I'm like an overthinker. Like things will just start running through my mind all the time. And it's like,
bro, you gave somebody else the attention.
Yeah. Yeah.
Period. Like, no, sorry.
For me, yeah, I think for me, it's like attention is my, what's that word? Like, I don't know, like I forgot the word, but, attention for me, like if you're giving somebody else my attention, like that's it. What? It's, oh my God. Like I'm in shambles. I'm like, oh my God, he doesn't love me anymore. Yeah. Like, you know what I mean? It's just like, it's something I hold sacred, right? It's because it's like, especially if somebody meets kind of the same way that you've met, I'm like,
what's going to happen?
What? I'm like, oh no. I am a big component of how you cheat is how you're going to be cheated on. Because I mean, not like to the point, but if like I'm at a bar and I hit on somebody, you know what I mean? And I start that type of relationship, and then say I break up with the boyfriend, it could happen. Yeah, it could happen to me the same. Cause it has happened.
Yeah. I have to think about that.
Yeah. And it's just like how easily I did it or how easily he did it. Anybody can, you know what I mean?
Dude, you know what? That's what totally sucks, because I know that that's not something that I can do. But like on our other episode, we've talked about like how with two married guys or whatever. I think about that shit, like fucking karma is going to come back and bite me in the ass.
Yeah.
But it sucks, but
yeah, I
just got to deal with it.
I feel the same. I'm like, oh my God. And I try to be, as transparent, you know what I mean? But I won't give if I'm not giving, if I'm not getting, you know what I mean? Like, we have to match energy. Like if I'm not going to tell you my whole life story and then you're not telling me anything, you know what I mean? So I like when I am dating someone, I need the same type of story, not type of stories, but like if I'm giving you vulnerable stories, I need you to give me vulnerable stories too. Everybody goes through different things in life. But if I'm going to put that time and effort in, I think that's what hurts the most is that time and effort. And then if I tell you like I've been cheated on, I've cheated and things like that, like in my past, you take it and run with it. And you're like, oh, well, she doesn't care or whatever. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's just like, oh, another one bites the dust.
On to the next.
He's done. So, okay, let me ask, you think it can work, but do you think that like once a cheater, always a cheater?
No, I don't. Mainly because me too. Like I said, I have cheated, and it's just not something that I would do. I was young. Both times I was younger than 20 or around 20, my early 20s. And now I'm just like, no, because I see how it really ruins a relationship. So it's just not something that I would do. Also, like, I don't have the effort. I don't have the energy to do that. Like, I don't have the energy to like sneak around and like hide my phone and hide my text messages or like, I don't have the energy to do all of that.
Yeah. I mean, some people do, but me either. Like, again, I'm only getting older. Like, I don't have time. I mean, I'd be on TikTok forever, but I don't have time to do that. You know what I mean? Like, there's better things to do with my time than that. You know what I mean? So I definitely, I think it's,
And like for what?
yeah. For, like, what are we doing this
And
for?
like for what? Like if I'm with somebody I love, and like we're gonna go through our shit, but like then let's talk about it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you like, hey, I'm not vibing, I'm not feeling
Yeah.
this, or I don't feel like I'm being fulfilled or whatever. Like, can we work on it or whatever?
Yeah.
Like, but those conversations have to be had before you get to that point. But also, if you're just not happy and it's not changing, it's not progressing, then just dip.
Yeah. Like, why are we staying?
Yeah.
Why are you there? At that point, there may be some feelings, you're starting to go down the path of having strong feelings, but why continue if you're not getting what you're looking for, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because then that leads to people just not feeling wanted in a relationship, and then there you go, you're going cheating.
You know what I mean? I actually care now. Like for the longest time, I honestly didn't care. Like I went through my man hating phase. So I could care less how any guy would feel about whether or like just what I didn't do.
Yeah.
But now I actually care. Like I don't have meaningless relationships. I actually care to not hurt your feelings. And
so, okay, you're saying you actually care. So like before, what do you believe that you didn't care about?
like, well, like the second relationship that I told you, like I knew we shouldn't have been together.
Yeah.
But we were. So I didn't care. Like
I was like, I want what I want.
It was just fun.
Yeah.
And like we should have just never been together. But it was fun. So
Yeah.
I wasn't in the relationship with the mindset of like long term. Like it was just, it's fun right now. Let's just have fun and it'll be what it'll be. And
Yeah.
that's also why it was so easy when I went to his apartment. I saw all the mess. I was kind of like, okay, bye. Fun's over.
You were like,
that's it.
All right.
And then my first guy, like I just felt like we were young, and
Yeah.
I always knew like I was never the person. Like kudos to like, because I have a lot of people who I went to high school with that are still with the person that they were in high school, which is really dope.
Yeah.
But that was
sure.
never my intention. Like it was never my goal. Like I always said, like hell no, I still want to meet other people, have fun, go out, whatever. So I was just young.
Yeah. Like I was young too, and I think my first one, I didn't care. Yeah. I didn't care either. Like I was just like, I'm young. I was like, I'm not getting what I need. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Let me find it somewhere else. Yeah. But I still liked aspects about our relationship. So I was like, he's going to be my cake. I'll eat over here, So I think, yeah, like I didn't care about feelings until my feelings got hurt. Does that make sense? So I was just like, I'm going to do whatever I could do, whatever. And I'm going to continue to do it because I feel good about it. But then when I was confronted, I was like, oh my God, Mayday.
Bro, I didn't start caring about feelings till like my late 20s.
Really?
Like literally like 28, 29 is when I was just kind of like, okay.
29?
28, 29.
Oh, years old. Got it.
Yeah, like 28,
I was like, we're not even in that year yet.
You're so stupid.
I was like,
no, like 28, 29. I was kind of like, okay, like you're getting older. Like what you're doing isn't working. You need to stop. And I remember this one guy. I'll never forget him. Ron, who used to work at McDonald's in Lancaster. He was a security guard there. And I'll never forget him because he literally got in my face and he was like, you are a miserable girl who thinks that you don't give a fuck about anything and you're gonna meet the one. And then I like in the moment, honestly, I was kind of like, what the fuck ever. Like, you're just mad because I didn't want to go out with him or whatever. And I was kind of like, whatever. But it stuck with me, dude.
Yeah.
And then after I was just like, okay, I gotta
words
stop fucking
do
around.
eat, right?
I gotta stop fucking around.
Yeah.
I gotta start caring.
Yeah, like words do eat on you, bro. I've had some doozies of conversation. Well, one side of conversations where somebody's telling me like pretty much I'm like a piece of shit, for doing the things that I was doing, like cheating and just not caring and things like that. And bro, afterwards, like when I was confronted and then boom, my feelings go there, like oh, I am hurting people. Oh, got it. Okay. Then like those words come back to you like, oh,
I don't want to be that person.
yeah. I'm like, who do I want to be?
Yeah.
Like, who am I? You know what I mean? Right now I'm a cheater. You know what I mean? Yeah. And I just had one of, my boyfriends told me, this was like a kind of like a mutual breakup, like like we both knew it was like not working and we were like, oh, okay, whatever. And he was like, you need to figure out who you are and what you want. He's like, because you don't know. He's like, you need to look inside yourself. He's like, because at the time I had 2 kids. He's like, you have 2 kids, like, and you just running around, you know. Although I never brought them home because my kids are home. But he's like, but you're running around, like your kids know you leave. You know, your kids watch you leave, and he's like, what are you doing? He's like, right now, he's like, you seem to be he's trying to say it in the nicest way possible, but he's like, you seem to be like a piece of shit right now. I was like, well, okay, that's great for your self-esteem.
Yeah.
You know, and
but in the moment it got you when he said it?
No.
Okay.
Afterwards, because oh, you're calling me a piece of shit. What? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I was like, excuse me?
Whatever,
yeah, like, get out, you know?
Yeah.
But like later on, like, I'm like, ugh.
Uh-huh.
You know
That's
what I mean?
exactly how I felt.
I was like, God. I cried about it.
Did you?
I did. Because for me, it was just like, I hated when people told me like, you know, you're not a good mom, and like that eats me up. But then telling me like I'm a piece of shit with that, you know what I mean? I'm just like, oh my God, let me look at myself. Let me figure out what am I doing, you know? But then I was young. I was like, okay, it hurt for a minute. Let me find the next one. Yeah. But I think I was maybe probably 25, 26 when I was really like, okay, I need to really figure it out. At this point, I have 3 kids.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I had 3 jobs. I was literally, all my spare time was split between my kids and wanting to date, like, or wanting to go out with guys or whatever. And more so, sometimes I would pick the guys, you know. I'm like, it's 11 o'clock at night. The kids are sleeping. I'll go. You know what I mean? And I was just like, what am I doing? You know what I mean? So yeah, I just had to really find myself. So, don't do it. Don't cheat.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. Don't. I just think that it can really affect someone, and if somebody's like really into you, it can really scar them.
Yeah.
And then
for sure
they have issues in the next relationship
Yeah.
that they didn't sign up for, or trust issues that they didn't sign up for, which sucks. And it also sucks for that person that they're now seeing, because now you're taking it out on that person.
Yeah, it's not
who did
fair to
absolutely
them.
nothing.
Yeah,
so it's just
absolutely.
not fair.
So going back to like once a cheater, always a cheater. No, yeah, some people, yes, like you'll always cheat, you know, that's just your mentality. But I think a good portion of us are like, no, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not always going to cheat. You know, I did it once, I never want to do it again. You know what I mean? And learn from that. I feel like I have, you know, being on both ends of it. So I don't want that to happen. I feel like I know if I can see the red flags, I'm like, ooh, there go one right there. I'm like, ooh, she flying high.
Yeah, same. I think I would. And you know what? A lot of it has been just like a gut feeling, though.
Yeah. Women's
like
intuition, man. Yeah.
Be on point, man.
Yeah. Just like the phone call you got, like, I would have been able to go over your house any other time. You know, like, okay. This little.
No.
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 You were like, nope, that's total red flag. I got a key. I'll go over.
Yeah.
Yeah. Same. Like, I feel like, you know, even when I was on like some dating sites before, like, you know, I'll start talking to a guy and then they're like, what are you doing tonight? Nothing at all.
Literally.
Literally, but nothing including with you. You know, I feel like it's so hard now to find someone that's genuine, you know. So
I think we got to get you into the dating scene and
Girl.
then have a conversation about that.
Okay. I'm like, you know, I haven't dated anybody since like 2018.
I know. We said we were going to talk about that.
I know. That's another podcast. But yeah, it's been a long time, girl.
Yeah, that's a long time.
Yeah. I mean, well, and then I was also trying to focus on my kids and getting them through school.
Okay, well, they're grown.
I know. I got one left, y'all.
He's
Woo.
grown.
Woo.
He's big.
I know. His birthday's in a
alright.
week. Yeah. So anyways, sorry. I was just
I was about to dive in more into that one, but I was like, nope, not doing it.
not gonna. I saw it on your face. I was like, okay. She was like, another podcast.
Another one.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
I think that's all we had for today.
Yeah.
And you actually finished your wine.
I
Good
did,
for
and
you.
I feel like I'm gonna pour me another one, girl. How you doing?
Ooh, she's feeling fancy.
I'm feeling saucy.
All right, guys. Well, thanks for joining us today. Do you have anything else that you want to end with?
I mean, don't cheat. And if you're being cheated on, figure it out, you know? Figure out what you want to do.
Yeah.
So it's okay to have communication. It might hurt. It might suck to hear what they have to say back, but at least you'll know where you're at and why it happened. So have those open conversations, guys.
All right.
Yeah. All right, guys. We'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.
Hi, everyone, and thank you for joining us on 1 o'clock Wednesday. I'm Sabrina.
And I'm Cindy. Well, we're doing so great.
Okay. What the fuck? Hi, everyone. Okay, hold on. Sorry. Ready? Okay. Hi, everyone, and thank you for joining us. Oh my God, you start. I'm over it. I'm over it.
Oh, okay. Let's try this again.